Growing up around a family that was pretty stuck to drag racing, you feel as though you have to follow in the footsteps of your dad and brother. In the sport of drag racing, kids can begin competing at the young age of 5 years old. But at the time of my childhood, it was at the age of 8 years old. I was given the opportunity to drive at 10 years old by another racing family who was willing to pay for me to race their own car. This was a big deal because racing gets highly expensive, and for someone to pay for your racing at the age of 10 was not heard of often. My first race came soon after the decision was made for me to run, and I was excited to say the least, and I was hoping I would win pretty quickly. To my surprise, my first pass down track, I cried when I was done because I absolutely hated it. I begged my parents to never put me in the car again. They were just as surprised as I was. Something I've grown up around and love to be around, I did not actually enjoy racing myself. After having to give the car back to its owner and letting everyone know who was supporting me that I did not like racing was a very tough thing to do. To this day, I can still see some of the people's faces who were completely shocked about what I was telling them. I proceeded with my childhood like every other child would. I played sports such as softball, basketball, and volleyball. I also had other hobbies such as learning how to weld, how to draw with AutoCAD, and shooting archery competitively. As a senior in high school, with all the sports and hobbies I was into at the time, I still didn't know what I wanted to do as a career. With this confusion came more confusion of what I wanted to study in college. I was doing research and speaking with teachers and counselors, trying to make up my mind on the degree of study and the correct college for me. I soon graduated and had to inform my parents that maybe college was not for me. I barely made it out of high school. How would I make it through college? This is when my father told me something that has since been engraved in my head and something I will pass down to my children. It's not what you know, it's who you know. I decided to work for a year after high school for a railroad construction company. I enjoyed my time there, but I did not feel as though an office job was what I saw myself doing for years to come. Eventually, I made a tough decision to attend school to become a professional massage therapist. When I graduated and passed my board exams, my parents were so proud of me, and it meant so much to see them proud that I completed something I put my mind to. In this profession, it was a lot to do with the saying my dad had engraved in my mind. You have to know people and massage them, and they would let people know about how good I was at my profession, and it would be people talking to people they knew. Unfortunately, I had some issues with my body and was not able to continue in my career as a massage therapist. When I had to move on and find something else I loved to do was hard. I did more research and talked to others about their different careers. It wasn't until one day I was telling someone how much I had a desire for law enforcement, but did not want to become a police officer or a lawyer. They told me I needed to look into a career in human resources because I am able to talk to a brick wall. As I'm researching human resources, I was becoming excited about a career, something I'd never felt before. I am now on track to graduate in May of 2020, and I am completing something I never thought I'd be able to do, to graduate college. And all through my college experience, and now as I search for my dream job, I've come to know that my dad was correct when he said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I also am able to continue with now what I love, my drag racing career. With people I know who support me as a sponsorship deal, I'm able to do what I love and to still attend college. And that's always what I'll engrave to other people. It's not what you know, it's who you know that can get you where you need to be.